Hey guys, welcome to the Balls Deep Podcast episode 4. Just a quick video here going over my way too early Super Bowl pick, and it's the Rams coming out of the NFC and the Steelers coming out of the AFC. Let's break it down. I'll break down the teams and even give you a score for the game. Let's start off with the Rams. They added a ton of talent through free agency, trading a first-round pick for Brandon Cooks, and then adding Ndamukong Suh, Marcus Peters, and Aqib Talib through free agency to an already good Rams defense who is coached by Wade Phillips. And that's the reason I believe they get through the tough NFC, because their defense is good on all levels, not to mention that high-powered offense with Goff, who gets a new fast receiver in Brandon Cooks. I believe he'll have at least 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns. And then Todd Gurley will be good as always. I believe he'll lead the league in rushing next year. So that pretty much sums up the Ram. I do believe the NFC is the tougher division, but the Rams just have too many great players to be stopped. Now, a lot of them are on one-year deals, basically, so it'll be fun to see how they manage this in the future and what they do for seasons to come. But definitely coming for Super Bowl 53, the Rams are my pick out of the NFC. Next is the Steelers out of the AFC. I could go with the Patriots here, but I think there's a lot of turmoil between Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. I think that will start to take away at the decade of success that they've had, with them losing a ton of offensive players like LeGarrette Blount going to the Lions, Nate Solder going to the Giants, and then Julian Edelman also being suspended for the first 4 games of the season with that PED violation. And I just want to point out, he trains at the same facility that Tom Brady does, the TB12, and Tom Brady looks quite good for 40. NFL, if you're watching, I would check that. But anyway, let's get back to the Steelers. They have a ton of offensive firepower and the best wide receiver in the league in Antonio Brown, and a darn good running back in Le'Veon Bell. Now, at this time when this video is being made, Le'Veon Bell is currently in a contract holdout. I do believe he ends that, but even if he doesn't, the Steelers have a more than capable backup and a guy that I'm a fan favorite of in James Conner. I believe he will make sure the offense doesn't miss a step. And let's fast forward to the game where the Rams and Steelers face off in Super Bowl 53. I believe the Rams corners can handle Antonio Brown and the other Steelers receivers, which will force them into running the ball with either Le'Veon Bell or James Conner, and that's where you let guys like Ndamukong Suh and Aaron Donald terrorize them in the backfield. So I do believe the Steelers' offense is stifled to a point because they still have great players. And then the Rams, from an offensive side of the ball, will try to pound it with Todd Gurley. And they can also use Brandon Cooks to stretch the field if the Steelers decide to blitz and focus all their time on Todd Gurley. They still have to watch for that deep ball from Brandon Cooks. So overall, my prediction is the Rams take it 34-21, and the Rams get their first Super Bowl ring in franchise history, and Sean McVay becomes the youngest head coach to ever win a Super Bowl, and is rightfully deserved, because in my opinion, he's one of the greatest young minds. And just for the Rams, I want to point out they have a very unique coaching staff, because they have Sean McVay, who is the youngest head coach in the NFL, and their defensive coordinator, Wade Phillips, is getting up there in age. I don't know his exact age. He's definitely in his 70s, getting up there. So that is also just very interesting, that different age gap that they have. But it's a great mind. They are both 2 smart football coaches, and they will lead the Rams to a victory in Super Bowl 53. You guys heard it here first in my way too early Super Bowl prediction. Let's hear yours. Comment down below, or also hit me up on Twitter at NICH_Wood. Let me hear your predictions too. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Bye-bye.